Becoming aware of negative mind chatter or just continuous thoughts, the overthinking mind, is something that is so important on your healing journey. When we fail to become aware of what's going on in our mind, we subconsciously make choices that keep us aligned with a lower frequency timeline. We actually live as a lower frequency version of ourselves. In days and weeks, months, even years can go by, and we wake up one morning and we realize, why does my life look the way it does? Why am I not happy? Why am I unfulfilled? Why am I not secure in my relationship? Why am I not happy in my career? Well, these are all situations that manifest when we do not become aware of that negative self-talk, that negative mind chatter, that overthinking mind. In this video, I want to dive into some techniques and some things you could do that could help you become more aware of your thoughts throughout our day. Now, I want to frame your thoughts in terms of energy. When we think thoughts, we identify with them, and we think that we are those thoughts. We think that those thoughts control us. And from an unconscious perspective, when we're not aware of what's going on within our mind, when we look to distract ourselves, to make ourselves feel better, we yield control of our lives to those thoughts. We'll go off, we'll do something just to make ourselves feel better in the moment. It's a kind of that hit of dopamine, but yet the negative thoughts still run in the mind. So we'll take that hit, that energetic hit, I call it false light hit. And after a little bit of time, we will drop back down, and those thoughts, those dense emotions will rise back up. And this is a repeating pattern. And so many of you live your days like that, your life like that, just in these negative thought patterns that you're failing to become aware of. You're not bringing consciousness or the light of consciousness forward to be able to really allow these thoughts to be. Because when we can allow these thoughts to be and exist, we allow the thoughts to heal. They are representatives of negative or low frequency. We call it negative in this reality, but low frequency light, dense energy, which we perceive as negative based on this illusion of separation, this universe of polarity. We see things as either good or we see things as either bad. There really is no good. There is no bad. There just is. But when this dense energy rises up in the form of thought forms and we don't bring awareness to it and allow ourselves to feel it and just let it be there, hold the space for it, it starts to control us. And when we're not aware of that process throughout our day, we start putting strings of days together, which lead to a life that's on a lower frequency timeline, just not fulfilling, not happy, not satisfying. Okay, you feel more separate. You feel more identified in this human body. You feel more of a victim. So how do we go about our day to really start to bring awareness to this, what we would call negative mind chatter? The first thing is to recognize that you're going to have thousands of thoughts per day. You have thousands of thoughts per day. Many of those thoughts go unrecognized, okay, without your awareness. And those are the thoughts that really control your overall state of being, your overall frequency, and how you manifest your day and ultimately your life. A lot of that's happening unconsciously, right? Because we don't want to experience the negative thoughts, the dense energy, because we feel that we'll suffer. It doesn't feel good to do that, right? But that's the way forward. That's the path to clearer days ahead. I was out driving in the car today, and the song I Could See Clearly Now, The Rain Is Gone, by, I think, Johnny Nash, came on the radio. And I was feeling a little bit wobbly today, a little bit heavy today. That song came on and got me to thinking a little bit that a lot of times when I'm in resistance, because I've got a lot of this negative mind chatter going on, I feel like I've got to do something to shift myself out of that so that I can feel better. But realistically, your higher self is bringing your awareness to that through the emotional body, through the way that you're feeling in the moment. When you're feeling heavy, that's an opportunity to start to bring awareness to the thoughts that are going on in your mind. When we can do that, we could hold that space for these past traumas, that are manifesting these thoughts. It's a frequency thing. Remember, we've got past trauma, dense energy. It's going to manifest thoughts that resonate to that frequency. And those thoughts we're going to perceive as negative, but we're going to remind ourselves in the moment that there is no positive, there is no negative, there just is. And these thoughts don't feel good because we've assigned a story to them. They're related to some sort of experience we had that we don't want to feel again, right? But what ends up happening is we sit and we wallow in these emotions. We try to avoid the thoughts, try to shift ourselves out of it by going and doing something different instead of being present and sitting with the emotions. Now, when that song came on for me, I was able to sit and get present with the emotions and know that in this very moment, everything is perfect, everything is okay. And I was able to just feel whatever the emotions were going on and recognize whatever thoughts were going through my head in that moment. Remember, the thoughts are just a manifestation of the energy that is active in your body in that moment. For me, in that moment was that dense energy, lower vibe, making me feel lower vibe. Therefore, it was manifesting what we would term as negative thoughts. I was able to sit there and I took a moment, listen to the song, breathe with myself, just be aware of my breath, bring it into my heart space, sit, feel, and hold the space, and know that in this moment, everything is perfect. Okay, so the key is to allow these thoughts to be, to fully allow them to be there, fully allow that energy to express itself, not become it, not identify with it, but allow it to express within you. Fully feel it, acknowledge it. These are wounds, trauma wounds. Think your inner child has been hiding away, trying to get your attention by bringing up these wounds for you to feel, these emotional wounds. So we hold the space for that inner child to actually be seen and to breathe instead of turning ourselves away from that, because that creates a cycle of repetition where that energy is going to come back up again. We could go off, do something that raises our frequency, at least temporarily, take that dopamine hit, right? Or an adrenaline hit, whatever it is, to distract ourselves. We'll rise up, but the frequency again is going to come down, and you're not going to be able to escape it. This energy, this density is like a magnet in your body, and it is going to pull you back in until you allow it to be. It's aspects of you that are looking to be reintegrated into the whole. It's been fragmented out due to past experiences and trauma, and it's getting your attention through these low vibe feelings and these negative thoughts. Okay, so when we try to avoid that, we simply perpetuate the problem. We kick the can down the road, so to speak. So what we want to do is breathe into the heart space, anchor into the root, and allow yourselves to fully feel it. And I want you to tell yourself that in that moment, everything is perfect. You are aware of your breath. You're aware of the emotions that are coming up. They may not feel good, but again, your higher self is showing you the way forward to healing, to more of an integrated being, more of a multidimensional being, by navigating through this dense energy and this chatter, this mental chatter, this overthinking mind. That's the doorway through. Okay, so we sit, we feel that, we allow it to be, we allow it to express within us, and we hold a space of love and compassion, and we breathe with it. That energy will start to shift. When you acknowledge these thoughts with awareness, from a state of awareness, a state of consciousness, bringing full consciousness forward to hold this in a sphere of love, the energy will shift. You won't just be pushing it off to the side for it to come back another day. You are literally in that moment quantumly creating new pathways of light, of consciousness to move through you. It's raising your frequency, and it's allowing that dense energy that's been like ripped off of the whole, these fragments of you, to reintegrate. That's what we call soul integration. These are traumatic aspects, many of them from this life, many of them maybe from other incarnations that are now coming back into you, so that you can be that stable, anchored consciousness, that presence, to be able to allow them back into the light. So that's what's happening. A lot of times we think when the clouds have gone, when the sun comes through, Everything is great. It's almost like being on an island. You're navigating the ocean. You find an island with a beautiful beach. The sun's out. You stop on the island and you take in all the rays of sun. It feels great. You're happy. You're rested. You feel high vibe. But then you look out over the ocean and you know you got to go back out there and navigate your way through the currents to get to your final destination. That's what this ascension path is. So when you're feeling really good, know that you're on that island, but you got to get back into that ocean to continue along your journey. And when you're in that ocean, everything you need to heal, everything that you need to navigate, everything that is trying to come back in and rejoin you, all your soul fragments are going to come forward. And they're going to come forward in a way that's going to make you feel what they have experienced. So we want to allow ourselves to feel that. Remember, that's where the gold is. That is the path forward. That's where you're being guided. So don't hang out on that beautiful island too long, okay? Because that ocean's going to start coming. It's going to start nagging at you. It's going to start drawing you back in, and you're going to feel it. Dive back in with intent. Fully feel everything that you experience, navigate the waves, navigate the wobbles, become an anchor of light and stability. And as these thoughts, negative thoughts, as we perceive them, continue to come up, you're going to be able to handle them with grace. You're going to see them for what they are. Dense energy within your body that is coming up to be felt, to be processed, to be healed, to be integrated. And you're going to just love and embrace the opportunity to do just that. Because once you face that and learn to allow that to be part of you, but not allow it to control you, everything in your life is going to shift. You're going to start operating from the chakras that are going to give you an empowered and fearless feeling. Your anxiety is going to melt away. The lower three chakras are going to be anchored into those energy centers. You're going to be present in that energy, and your divine light is going to start moving up through the heart, through the throat, through the third eye, and the crown. And amazing multi-dimensional experiences are going to start manifesting in your life. So don't run from the mental chatter. Don't resist the mental chatter. Don't try to stop the mental chatter. Embrace it for what it is. Energy, aspects of you that are craving your light. Find the light in the heart, hold the space, and embrace it all. Thank you.